All right, we're gonna get this started. I'm Big Key. My name is Big Key. Welcome to KeKe's Corner, y'all. Um, this conversation that I'm about to have is about faith, Faith, faith. And basically, I'm just breaking it down just a little bit, not preaching. It's not church or nothing. Just breaking it down a little bit on how we can make our faith a little bit more stronger. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing here, talking about faith. And let me see if I can turn this off. All right. So I did a little brainstorming. That's my little new thing that I brought to the table, to do a little bit more brainstorming. So once again, we're talking about faith. We're talking about how can we make our faith stronger so that we can put all the pieces to our lives together. So I'm going to just speak on that a little bit. I've been saying it and I'll keep saying it. It's tough. It's hard out here. It's not the same as it was for a lot of us coming out of high school, going into these jobs or whatever we was doing. Things have changed over time. And we know what it is, but we have a younger generation that's younger than we are. Not that we old, but we're getting older. We got a younger generation that's younger than we are. And you see it, you know, they stressing out. They don't get the whole 9-to-5 thing, and, you know, getting up every day, going to work. And trust me, I get it. I'm okay with a lot of them that think like that, as long as they're doing something to better themselves and to create financial stability for their lives now and future. I'm okay with it. And you see a lot of them doing that. You know, they got social media. They got a lot to work with. So I give them props because they work this social media. A lot of them do, especially YouTube and all that. TikTok, they work it, man. They get paid. These kids are out here getting paid. Don't mistake it. A lot of them out here doing their thing. But for the most, you got a lot of them out here that they don't want to do anything. And they don't understand, you know, life and the way it is now. Trying to make ends meet and trying to take care of themselves. So when I'm talking about faith and how can we get stronger in that to better our lives, it's like for me, we know what it is. We do our best to take care of ourselves, pay our bills on time. You know we gotta keep that credit score at a certain limit. It's certain things we know what it is, but it's good. It's good days and it's bad days. Put it like that. That's how I'm gonna break it down. So you have good days and you have bad days. You can have a good run going and you like everything is aligning, everything is working out. But hey, this is life, man. Y'all know in life there's obstacles that's always gonna be there, getting in your way. You know what I'm saying? And you can get frustrated about it, or you can push forward and, you know, move that obstacle out the way. You know, we've all been there. You know, I was 20, 18, young, fresh out of, you know, school and working and paying bills at an early age. I didn't know what it was. I was learning as I go. You get frustrated, man. And when you get frustrated, you lose your faith. And that's real talk. You could talk to a handful of people, especially young people. I guarantee you, if they're going through some hard times or they're frustrated, they don't want to, they done lost their faith. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to them all day long about, you know, praying and talking to God, but they done lost their faith. So, and that's we human. Put it that way. We're human. You lose your faith. And I found myself like that a couple of times, you know, over the years, you know what I'm saying? Getting that frustrated. And now I'm at a point in my life where I know what it is, to the point where I don't get as frustrated as I used to get, because I'm like, you know, seeing it before. Hey, I know the sun gonna shine right now. It's a storm. Let it bypass me and I'll be back on track. But for the most, a lot of people don't know how to get past that storm. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you can be on a good track. You could be doing good and something will happen. I had to get my car worked on, say, you know, and my car is paid for. I had to get my car worked on. And at the time this happened, you know, we had a family situation going on. And when you have stuff like that going on, and then your car break down on you, you're going to get frustrated, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know you got to get it fixed. But because you're a human, you're going to get frustrated. And it's not that you don't know I got to go get this car fixed. It's like how much money this going to cost. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking about all them dollar bills you about to, you know, get this car fixed with. You was about to use that for something else, because you're trying to climb. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about how can we make our faith stronger. Because I want my faith to be strong to where even if something happened, an obstacle get in my way, I won't get as frustrated as I've been in the past. I can just smile at that and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because the goal is to get that financial power. That's the goal. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about how can we make our faith stronger so we can put these pieces to life together. We got to be bold. I can say I'm an overthinker. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that overthink. I try to get better at that. Lately, I've been meditating. I'm always been a meditator, but I've been meditating a lot lately, a lot. And, you know, having conversations with God, meditating, all that kind of stuff. But I'm an overthinker, you know. And when it comes to faith, you got to have enough faith to take a big step in doing something that can help you in your life. And that's easy said than done, because we know what steps we got to take, right? We know. Everybody got a vision, everybody got a dream. But some people jump, and some of us, we're just on the edge, like, what if I jump and it don't work? Or what if I jump and this and that? You know, there it is, overthinking, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have strong enough faith to take a big step in doing something that can help you in life. For me, that's investing, because investing can help. Investing in something, investing in yourself, investing can help. But I've always had that in the back of my mind. Invest, 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 invest. And every time I said I was going to get started, I would go all the way to the stream where I would look for me some books, about to read up, about to, you know, see what it is, study, learn this thing, get this money. That's, you know, that's what's all going to my head. But I never took that step and did it. But I'm doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Finally, I'm doing it now. I actually, you know, been on the phone earlier today talking to E-Trade, asking a few questions so I'll know what's what. But investing, that's a big step that you can take. That's a big step that I'm taking. And yes, investing, you are taking a risk. I will say, if you do it, make sure you take the risk assessment test. I took that, and that will show you your comfort level when you take that. What's your comfort level when you're taking any kind of risk in investing? So take that risk assessment test. It'll break everything down for you. It'll tell you what your investing style is. Basically mine, when I took it, mine is growth focused. I thought that was perfect because that's where I'm at. I'm focused on growth, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to growth focus, my reason for being focused on that is when you have nothing, you have to focus on having something. You know what I'm saying? For me, I want that financial power to the point where I can not only take care of myself and do whatever it is that I want to do, but be able to take care of my family as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's what growth focus mean for me. When you have, like we've had, you know, like I said, family, death in the family, you know what I'm saying? 2 of my uncles passed this year, 1 just passed. And it's unfortunate that we're not able to do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? My uncle we weren't able to give him the burial that we should have been able to give him. A lot of family to come together and say our farewells, and that's an unfortunate thing. And my family ain't the only family. I'm sure it happened in a lot of families, because it's all about, because everybody is just pulling, you know, nickels and dimes and pennies from this way and that way. So it's people are trying to stay above, you know. And right now, nobody really have that kind of money just sitting there to be able to say, I got you. And that was a wake-up call for me. And I'm using that as an, you know, for me, that was a wake-up call. I'm not real talk. I'm being so serious. I mean, talking to his son on text, you know, he was texting a check on me. And I just let him know, you know, where my mind was. That was a wake-up call. Is I want to have that financial power to where I can be able to say, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I am so focused on growth. Because like I said, when you have nothing, you got to focus on having something. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Let me see what I got here. What is that something that you want so bad you can feel it as if you already have it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I'll read it again. What is that something that you want so bad you can feel it as if you already have it? That's the question you ask yourself. And whatever that is, you got to go for it. You got to have faith. You got to take that jump. That's why I'm saying, how can we make our faith that strong? Because you can ask yourself that 1,000 times and you know what it is. But a lot of us, including myself, we don't go after it. And it's time to take those steps forward. It's time to take that jump. I remember watching a video. It's probably on YouTube. It was Steve Harvey. And he was talking about you have to take that jump. And that is so real, man. I don't know what it's called, but look Steve Harvey up. He's talking about taking that jump. And that is, it's when I say real, it's real, man. You got to take that jump. You got to, it's like going to the casino. If we go to the casino, you taking a risk. Because sometimes we down there with money that we need for other things, and we thinking, let me try to play this $50, $60, $70 and see if I could come up, you know, and I come back with something. And what if you don't come up? What if you lose that money that you really needed? You know what I'm saying? So you taking a risk, you know, when you go to the casino. So that's the way you got to look at it in life. You have to take a risk, but you don't want to take bad risks. You want to take good risks. So I don't want to get nobody confused. You have to take, you know, a risk at some point in your life to do something that is going to help you, that is going to give you more value to work with. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about stronger faith, that's what I'm talking about. It all comes to having strong faith. You know what I'm saying? It's like if God come to you and say, hey, I got you, don't worry about it. And you heard him say, don't worry about it. And, you know, we all, you know, we hear it, but we still worry about it. And then God shows up and he handled the situation like he said he was. And we back dancing and smiling again. You know what I'm saying? But we have that little faith. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying to Peter, we have that little faith. So how can we make our faith that much stronger to where, you know, we can believe in ourselves. We can believe in what we see here, even though it's not actually in front of us. We can believe that what we see, we can create something to make that happen, make that come to reality. Got to have strong faith. Back to that question again. What is that something that you want so bad you can feel it as if you already have it? You have to ask yourself that. For me, mine is the life I want to live out to its fullest. I want to live my life out to its fullest. And it's funny because I was just talking to someone I know that do life insurance because my mom hit me with that life insurance thing. And so I'm like, I don't want my mom to have to be worried about that. I'll take care of that myself. And I know I have to have that. I just hadn't got around to it, put it that way. But I know I have to have that. So just to make everything comfortable for everybody, for myself, let me go on and get it now. You know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like I got so much life to live. That's me. That's how I think. I don't really, life and death is what it is. That's in God's hand. But I feel like I got a long life to live. So for me, mine is the life I want to live out to its fullest, because that's the conversation I had with God. Let me live my life out to its fullest. Let me build my house. Let me buy that dream truck I've been wanting since I was 18. You know what I'm saying? Let me own my own business. Just waking up, doing whatever and everything that I can wake up to enjoy each day in. You know what I'm saying? That's mine. That's what I want. Let me see what else I got here. I got your life has value to it. And I'm going to say this, and you may get it, you may not. I'll say it again. Your life has value to it. Value was attached to your life as you were being created by God. And that's real talk. Nobody told me that. That's just what I know. That's, you know, God showed me that. That's what it is. Value was attached to our lives while God was creating us. And the way I look at that is, when power creates something, it creates that something with power of its own. God is power, right? God is over heaven and earth. That's power. He created us. So when power creates something, it creates that something with power of its own. We all have our own power. We all have it. But we have to grow in it. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to be able to use it, in order for us to know what it is, we got to grow in it. These type of things is why I'm focused on growth. When it comes to me talking about power, you can't have power without growth. Even though power was given to you at birth, you can't have it without growth. And think about it. I got an example. A baby born has power to scream their lungs out, right? Think about that for a minute. Just let that marinate. When a baby is born, they have the power to scream their lungs out. A newborn baby, when they come out, they crying, they screaming, letting you know, I'm here. They got them strong lungs. We all done heard it. And, you know, you put your little hands over your ears. I remember my niece used to scream. She used to cry for nothing. My niece used to scream. I used to be like, oh, my God, you know. They have the power to do that. As a baby grows, they become stronger and have more control over that power to cry. Check this out. Scream, kick, throw, temper tantrum, all that. They have the power to do those things. they realize in due time that this is what I use to get my mommy and daddy attention. They figured the power they have. If I scream, if I throw a temper tantrum, or if I kick and cry, I'm going to get my mommy and daddy attention. That's power. You know what I'm saying? That's their power. That's the little baby power. So when it comes to power, you have to grow in it. You have to have growth in order to use your power. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the power without growth. That's just the way it is. And I don't know any other way to get deep into explaining that. You can't have the power without growth. You have to grow in it. As you grow, you realize what your power is, and you understand how it works and how to use it. That's the best breakdown I can give you of that power and growth thing. And I'm just going to get through my little brainstorming here, and then I'll get back to it. But when it comes to growth, I'm focused on growth financially. That's what I'm focused on. How can I grow my finances? And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, some people already have theirs right where they want it. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. If that's you, share that information with someone you know. Help people understand how they can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to share that information. So that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on growth financially. I mean, we're not kids anymore. I mean, we're adults. The reality is real life. That's the reality. Real life. Faith and life, they go together. They do. Faith and life go together. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do in life, it's always going to bring you back to how strong your faith is, on how far you go in life, or how far you get doing something that you want to do in life. It's all about your faith. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I wanted to talk about faith. That's why I wanted to talk about how can we make our faith that much stronger. Those were my brainstorm notes. I'm trying to read it and talk to y'all at the same time, so I hope y'all get it. But I think that when it comes to me having these conversations, if you look at the conversations I'm having, that shows you where my focus is. And not only is it where my focus is, but I know that it's somebody else out there that has that same focus, but they don't know where they're going with it, or they need a little bit of help on. Sometimes people gotta push you to get you to start something. So that's why this is my focus, but that's why I'm sharing it in these conversations, because I feel like, you know, if I'm going through this, or I'm on this level, somebody else is on this level. So I'm all about, we can help each other. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to faith and life, they go together. You can't have one without the other. They go together. That's just like growth and power. Faith and life go together. You have to take a step forward in doing something that you really want to do, and that you already seen yourself doing, as if it's already happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you have this vision, or you have this dream, and you already living that life you want to live. But then when you wake up out of your sleep, reality hits you. You're not there yet, but that's where you want to be. And there's a reason that that dream and that vision is hanging around, because it's just letting you know That's your life. Go get it. And so that's why I'm having these conversations, you know what I'm saying? So we can go get our lives back. You know, it's tough out here. And nobody wants to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their life. I remember I was working at this company. I was doing security for this company. And I remember this older dude. I think he was like in his 60s. And it was an oil company. He told me he was retiring. A couple of weeks, I'm out of here. I'm retiring. And I remember the guys telling me he retired already 2-3 times and he keep coming back. And the dude retired. That last week came, he retired, saying bye to everybody. And I kid you not, 2 weeks later, that truck drove back up there. That dude was back working, man. Like, I don't know what that is about. Maybe, you know, some people just can't get away from, maybe he enjoyed what he doing. I don't know. Maybe he don't have anything else to do. But what I'm saying is a lot of us want to retire. We want to go and live our lives without having to wake up to a 9 to 5. Like, I don't want a 9. I want whatever I'm doing. I don't want it to feel like a 9 to 5. I want it to feel like I'm on vacation every day, but I still have finances coming in. You feel me? So I want to be able to live my life to where I can do what I enjoy doing, have my own business and have finances come in, but it don't feel like I'm working. It feel like I'm on a vacation. So that's why I have been like pushing at these conversations with certain things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not here talking about love and relationships and stuff. I would love to talk about that stuff, but truth be told, that's probably for somebody else, man. I don't know. I can tell you about being single, tell you about the relationships I've been in, but I want to talk about stuff like, I think, you know, these are the topics that we should be talking about. When you look back at when we were all in school, they missed a lot of this stuff with us, man. I think if they had a lot of these conversations about life and about faith and about, you know, having strong faith and growth and finances and stuff like that, we'll all be like on point, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff we missed in school. So that's why I like to have these conversations out loud, to bring this stuff to the table for somebody out there who may not have their mother and father. You got to remember, everybody don't have their parents around and they trying to figure it out on their own. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm bringing conversations like this to the table. But faith, think about it. How can you make your faith that much stronger to where you can better your life? And the only thing I can tell you is, if you're not already investing, start investing. Start investing, stock, whatever. Start investing, invest in yourself. Start asking yourself that question. What is it that, something that you want so bad you can feel it as if you already have it? What is that something that you want so bad you can feel it as if you already have it? Start asking yourself questions like that, man, and know what you want. Focus on growth, you know what I'm saying? Focus on having that life that you said as a kid you wanted to have. I know we weren't the only kids chirping about that. I remember me and my cousin, we used to sit on my grandma's porch and we used to say we was going to buy us a big house and we was going to do all kind of stuff, man. But now the tools are there. You have social media, you have YouTube and TikTok and all these social media sites. You know, people are or getting rich off of them. You know what I'm saying? You have the tools there. We didn't really have all that stuff then. You know what I'm saying? We was just some outside kids doing outside stuff. That was it. But you have that stuff here. So you have to start asking yourself, what is it that I want out of life? What do I want my life to be like? You know what I'm saying? Don't keep thinking like, I'm young, I got plenty of time to make it happen, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, did we know COVID was going to happen? No, we didn't. We didn't know it was going to happen. When it happened, what happened? It shut everything down. And everybody was home, terrified that they was going to die. Now we back out here in the streets just acting a damn fool. Which is crazy. But real talk. You have to think about your life right now. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're old enough to work a job, if you're old enough to go to college, if you're old enough to, start your own business, you know what I'm saying, drive a car, you have to be thinking about these things. So when you have your mind, if you 18, I'm going to say, if you 18, fresh out of school right now, 18 in your 20s, your goal should be, I want to be retired, in your 40s, in your 50s. A lot of, that should be your goal. I had goals, but I didn't have the tools. And that's not an excuse, but I think if I had some of the tools that I see we have now, I think I probably would have reached those goals. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? I would have reached those goals. But like I said, I share this type of conversation for those who are out there thinking like this, and those who are out there that don't have their parents around to talk to them or to help them, and they trying to figure it out on their own. You know what I'm saying? My grandma raised us in our household. We were grandma kids. So a lot of stuff, like for me, I learned just sitting back watching, and I knew some of the things I saw I wasn't going to do, and I knew by that what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff I learned as I went on, especially in the job world. The job world came to me because I needed some money. You know what I'm saying? My mom didn't have enough money for me. I needed money. I needed to buy clothes, shoes. I was playing basketball in school. I was that athlete. I needed what I needed. So I had to go out and work. It was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But faith is all about moving forward in life. That's what faith is all about. It's all about moving forward in life. It's all about not allowing obstacles to get in your way. Not letting anybody or anything slow you down. That's what faith is all about. But you have to have strong faith. We all have faith in something. But how strong is that faith? You know what I'm saying? So, how can we make our faith strong enough to better our lives? That is the grand question. So make sure you ask yourself that. Sit down and brainstorm. Write down what it is that you're trying to do. And remember one thing, you have to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. That's like investing. We may not have, everybody ain't got $500 to put to start off investing. But don't let that stop you. Have enough faith to say, I'll take this $20, $30, $40, $50 and put off in here and see if I can make something happen with it. Have enough faith to do that. That's what faith is. That's what strong faith is about. Just getting started. just saying I'm going to take what I got and I'm going to win with this. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation. Faith, growth, power. All those things go together. Faith, growth, and power. Hey, y'all, I'm not going to stay on here. I just wanted to, the goal was to make this a quick conversation because it's late. But I think I got, for the most, I got my point across on what I wanted to talk about. If you know somebody who's on this level or, you know, trying to do something, send them to KeKe's Corner. I'm looking for like a crowd of people who's interested in these type of topics and these type of conversations. And I'm going to keep on until I find those group of people. But anyway, this video is going to be posted on my Instagram. Tell somebody and tell somebody to tell somebody. Come follow me at KeKe's Corner on Instagram. You don't need my permission. Just add yourself on. Just keep it growing and sexy. And like I said, there's a reason why I'm choosing certain topics and why I'm having these type of conversations, because this is the level that I'm on right now, and this is where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Will I have some conversations on some fun stuff? I'm sure before the year end I will. But for now, this is what we're talking about. But hey, I was gonna mix something else in, which is why this topic about faith was so short, but I decided not to mix it in. So next topic, I'm going to be talking about something that I really do know about, and that's mental health and life crisis. And the reason that I'm talking about mental health and life crisis is because God woke me up the other day. I was deep in a sleep. And it wasn't a dream or nothing, but it's like I saw, it's like it was like a short vision. But I understood I need to talk about this. Mental health and life crisis. Because we don't talk about this a lot. And we need to start talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real. Mental health is real. People do have life crisis, which cause mental health. So that's going to be the next topic I'm going to talk about. I don't have a day set yet on the next live conversation. Like I said, I was going to mix it in with this one, which is why I made it so short, but I chose not to. So I just want to leave this one at what we were talking about, faith. But anyway, that's the end of this conversation, y'all. I'm going to post it. So go in there, hit play, and make sure you tell somebody to come on. And once again, strong faith, man. Take a step in doing something that can help you in your life now and your future life. That's all I can tell you. Hey, I'm out of here. It is late. I'm probably going to watch a movie and then off to bed. But anyway, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'm B.I.G. Key. My name is Big Key. Peace. I'm out, y'all.